Hey guys, I realized a lot of you may have known me for a long time but didn't know that I have cats. I was surprised to learn that some people didn't actually know that. I'm like, how can you not know that about me? But I don't know. I can't attest to everybody's knowledge about me. Whatever. Anyway, I'm here to show you my cats. So this is Cole, and I think he's like 6 years old. He's part Siamese and part who knows what. His story is his mom is Siamese and she escaped, and of course she wasn't fixed, and had a little rendezvous with a neighborhood cat, and then however long later these guys came along. So he was the last one of his litter, and we had a cat that just passed away a few months previous, and so we went ahead and adopted this little guy, and he's been with us ever since. He's probably our most chill, most normal cat. So yeah, that's Cole. Hi Cole, you're lovely, very handsome. This here is Gracie. We got her about a month after we got Cole, and her backstory is we wanted a companion for Cole, and I found an ad on like Kijiji or one of those sites, the people that were selling them seemed kind of flaky, and it was, you know, barn cats basically. So just kind of run amok, do whatever you like, and oh, look at that, here's a bunch of kittens. We were told, and they were advertised as being 6 weeks old, which is, you know, early for being away from their mom, but you know, about as early as you can and whatnot. Anyway, so Kevin went out to pick her up out in, like, I don't know, White Rock or somewhere, South Surrey, and it was like this kind of sketchy farm kind of place. And got her, brought her home. Thought she was a boy because you couldn't really tell sometimes when they're that little. Anyway, brought her home, took her out of her carrier, and I saw her and I was just like, oh my goodness, that cat is not 6 weeks old. So we took her to the vet maybe like a week later, and they informed us that, yeah, she's probably only about 4 or 5 weeks old at this point. So definitely not very old, although she was able to eat solid food and whatnot. And also, she's not a boy. So anyway, a little edit there, sorry. So yeah, so it's funny because Julia, at the time, she was probably 5, because Gracie's about the same age as Cole, who we think, I think she's 6 or 7, as I mentioned. So that would make Julia, yeah, probably closer to 5. Anyway, so she had named her, or him, at the time we thought it was him. So she named him Grady, G-R-A-D-Y, Grady. But then upon learning that he is a she, and so then she became Gracie, Gracie, which is actually pretty cute. So anyway, so that's her, and she's our kind of dysfunctional kitty. Sometimes she has some moments of being, you know, cute and sweet, and sometimes she has her moments of being, you know, neurotic. So, but that's okay considering her background. So, but yeah, so that's Gracie, and yeah, that's Cole and Sabrina. Sabrina is the one in the box. She's our youngest one. She was kind of an impulse adoption, actually, but she's just lovely just the same. And she is, I want to say she's 3 or almost 3. She was born in the spring, so it's actually almost her birthday. I think she was born in April, but we adopted her in June. And so yeah, so she had a rough upbringing. So she's our broken kitty. She has some issues, kitty mental issues, but that's okay. We love her just the same. Hi. And she's very small. She never got to be super big. And Cole's our chunky boy, of course, and Gracie's kind of in the middle. She's a little chunky. Anyway, but yeah, so Sabrina, she was an orphan. And their backstory, she was part of a litter of 8. And somebody found them like in a cooler, like an Igloo Coleman cooler. And they sort of looked after them for a little bit before they brought them into the rescue society And so she was actually a foster kitten, and she was raised by a person. She had a foster mom and her litter mates as well. And it's funny because some of her litter mates are really tabby, like the really thick tabby with almost like spots. And then some of them were black like her. So I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe she has some Abyssinian in her, or, you know, who knows what, because she has some weird traits that sometimes Abyssinians can have. But, yeah, I mean, we'll never know, of course. So not that that matters anyway, but, you know, and if the light gets just right, you can kind of see some striping on her as well. She also has, hello. Anyway, sorry for the weird edit. So now she's back in her little box thing. She likes to be in boxes, and she likes to scratch the cardboard boxes, as you can see. And she has kind of like a little white belly, but I'm sure probably won't really be able to see it very well here. Yeah, it's her little bikini. Hello. There we go. Anyway, but yeah, so she's kind of broken, but we love her anyway. Sometimes she'll be like, you know, all nice. Oh no, she's going in there. She'll be all nice, and then sometimes she'll just decide she's had enough and hiss and kind of, I don't know, get all angry about it. And then like a second later, then she's coming and she's headbutting and rubbing on you and everything. So anyway, so there's those two eating. And then there's that one over there. So yeah, so that's my cat, Sabrina, Cole, and Gracie. There you go.